Black girls are beautiful.
Hi, my name is Ayanna Jacobs Kayan. I am 30 years old. I'm originally from Seattle, Washington, specifically Central District. I currently reside in New York now, specifically Brooklyn, New York, where I co-founded a vegan cosmetic line, Luar Glow. If you guys want to follow our handle at Luar Glow, Luar Glow. I am also a first generation college graduate, and I am currently a semester away from receiving my master's in school psychology. So your girl will have 3 degrees, you know? So, and also, I am a multi-published model. I've been in Vogue, See Whatever, and other magazines as well. So if you're looking for some your girl could get you some, hopefully some clout. I'm trying. But so yeah, that's what I do now. And yeah. I like that. What does being confident mean to me? So I'm trying to go back to when I first felt like I was confident in myself. So the things I was thinking as far as confidence, I know that I deserved it. I know that it was something that everyone should feel. I felt that confidence was believing in what you feel is right and not second guessing yourself, because your beauty is, or your confidence is, everything you need in order to move forward with anything that you do. So confidence just means really pushing forward in what you believe is right for yourself. Because if you have that for yourself, then no one else can really break it. So if you have that, you'll be able to do anything. So what was my journey to confidence, like the road to confidence? I think my road to confidence, in the beginning, I didn't really know how to receive confidence. I think that came from not being the normal, like the standard idea of beauty. I didn't really know, like, because my family coming up, like here in Seattle, has been like the first, I want to say the first Caribbean family. I'll just keep it that simple. But the first Caribbean family to like have locks in the neighborhood. So everybody didn't have locks, and we were very different from everyone else. We dressed differently due to our cultural differences. And so I didn't feel very confident, because when I go to school and things of that sort, it wasn't the norm of everyone else. So it made me feel like I was ugly. So my confidence was very low. So like that also goes into a self-esteem. So like my confidence was very low. Um, I did get made fun of because of how different I looked as well. So that didn't help me feel any more confident. So having or learning that I was able to deserve it later on, it took a lot of time. It took reassurance. It took some people telling me that, I'm beautiful, or, I should feel like I deserve certain things even if I didn't think I did. So I think, confidence is always going to be a journey. Even now, like there's certain things you're not always going to be confident in, but that goes back to what I was saying. As long as you're confident in what you're doing, don't second guess yourself. Always be sure that this is what I want to do, and it's as long as you're confident about it, then nothing can stop you. Well, before going to school, I definitely felt beautiful. Like I grew up, my dad taught us about our Black history, where he came from, Kiddishans and Hondurians, my mom's side. So we always known, like as a people, we were great. We came from, royalty. Like we've changed a lot in history, and we were gorgeous people. Like I've always learned that. I grew up on that. That's all I knew. Going to different people's houses that my dad used to introduce us to, like with my family and things of that. I've always understood that we are a sacred people. We are worthy. We are great. Like, I've always known that about my history. So when I went to school, and I did see people who were different from me, which didn't make me feel less of, like when I went to kindergarten, because I did homeschooling for preschool. So when I went to kindergarten, I started to see people who were different from me. So I was very interested in learning more. But people's sense of beauty didn't start kicking in, I think, until like third grade, is where I started feeling like, okay, I am different, but like I want to start with the attention, like when you start liking boys around this time and things like that. So those times that like starts changing for you. So when it came to those times, I started to realize and feel like that people didn't like me because I was different, and usually that was the case. I would hear people say certain things about me, like what they didn't like and stuff like that, and that's why I'm not as attractive or things of that sort. So that's when I started to feel like, okay, maybe I'm not as beautiful as I thought I was, or maybe I'm not beautiful, or and that right there made my confidence go down. And then like people make fun of, like your hair and my clothes, because I was of I had different cultural differences between people, so it just was different, and it just made me feel like it made me feel less of or less than everyone else, even though my school is predominantly black. So, and yeah, so that's what I think like started me not feeling like that started the cycle of me not feeling so confident. So I think this moment I had in high school with my friend Vache. So we used to talk about all the time that about like beauty, standards of beauty, and feeling more confident and that sort. And just one day, I had an issue with, somebody I was talking to, like a little boyfriend or dating, I guess you could say. And he just made me feel I was like I was worthless. And I didn't like the feeling. I already felt like that by myself. I don't need anybody else making me feel like that. So just one day I woke up and I was just like, I don't deserve this. I know I'm a good person. I know I deserve more. And I know what I have is worthy of somebody who's going to appreciate that. So, like that, I didn't talk to him anymore. And from that day on, I was becoming more confident in who I was, learning myself. When I got to undergrad, um, I feel like specifically, I don't know if anybody else, I'm just going to talk from my own experience, but in Seattle, black women specifically aren't really cherished from my experience. So when I went to undergrad in Cheney, Washington, I mean, it was still kind of the same aspect, or the same experience, but at the same time, there was also all the people from like Seattle and like different parts of Washington who actually liked black women. So it was a little bit easier to be able to find people who are actually interested in you as a black woman. So it was easier then. It was still some hiccups here and there, of that. But I also think that just in Washington State in general, like black women in general, like of a darker tone of myself, like I'm brown skinned, but like there are people who are darker than me that their skin tone is just not appreciated due to like history and like self-hate history. So I think Seattle in general, it was hard to overcome things like that if you were a darker tone woman like myself. So it was harder then. And in undergrad, I mean high school, at the end of my senior year, at the end of high school, I started feeling more myself. I started understanding myself more, and then when I got to undergrad, it became easier. And then there was another moment when I moved to New York. It was a culture shock. Like, I met so many black people. It was overwhelming, actually. Like, I never expected to see that many black people in one room. Like, that's how overwhelming it was. And it was so normalized that it was something that I wasn't used to because of the state that I came from. So when I got there, the love and the love that Black women receive, it was just something that I've never experienced. And it kind of got me back to my roots to really understand, like, I am beautiful. Like, my people are beautiful. We are accepted here. People do love us. Even if there is someone who doesn't love us of my same skin tone or same race or whatever, it doesn't matter, because you're always going to find the love somewhere. And I believe I found that in New York. So that's how I got to the point where I felt more confident, being able to build that confidence in myself, because I was able to now then be around a lot more people who carry that love for their own culture. So I think that's where now I'm in a stable sense. I would say stable sense of myself, where I feel really confident in who I am and who I am as a person, I guess, in my skin tone and my just being a Black woman. So I got it back to my roots, pretty much, from when I was little. Black girls are beautiful. Myself, what do I love about myself? Okay, let's get into this. So I hear a lot, but I do love this about myself, my smile. And so I love how I smile. I do love my eyes. So I love my eyes. I love my locks. Like, I would not go back and turn around anything I ever done, like change it or anything. I love my locks. I love the crown that's on my head. Like, even though it was different and I had some experiences growing up, I love my locks, because those same people that used to make fun of me want me to do their hair now. And I'm just like, no. Weren't you making fun of me? But anyways, but look. Now I got the crown. Now they want the crown. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a goat, so, you know, because I'm a Capricorn. But anyways, I love my personality. I love how caring I am. I have a great heart. I mean, there could be... I know, I love that about myself. Let me stop. I have a great heart. I have a great heart. So, I mean, I'm trying to think of some other stuff. You know when people ask you about what you love about yourself and you can't come up with anything? I'm trying. But, I don't know. I love that I'm goofy. I could be goofy when I want to be. And then I'm really good at being, like, my interpersonal skills is really good. Like, I make people feel pretty comfortable in who they are, so that they don't feel like they have to change themselves around me. I like that about myself. Oh, I forgot to say this, that I love my lips, because, you know, they be making fun of Black people's lips, and our lips are fucking fire. That's why they be getting Botox and stuff. Anyway, but and fillers. Anyway, so if I were to share any advice to people who are working on themselves and trying to become more confident, overcoming that fear, I guess you could say it, I would say just take people's other opinions out of this. Like, what do you think of yourself? Like, how do you feel about yourself? When you think about beauty, don't think about the standard of beauty, cause, especially as a Black woman, because we're already not the standard of beauty. Think about your own history and how much we've come along, how much we have done as a people. Like, we are very rich in our culture. Just understand that what we have accomplished as a people, even if it wasn't specifically ourselves, our ancestors has made it so that we were able to even be where we are today. We are beautiful in every sense, in every form. Like, you just have to remember, like, we are royalty. I don't know how much more to explain it and, like, how to even emphasize it anymore, but if you read on your own history, you will know that you are royalty. There's nothing else or anything else anybody else can say that will steer you away from that. So you should think that you're beautiful either way, because you're rich in your culture, you're rich in beauty, you're rich in whatever standard that they have. It doesn't matter, because if you really think about it, like I was saying before, the standards of beauty are changing based off of what we look like. So really just be confident in what you are and how you feel about yourself, and really look back at what you've accomplished for yourself. Like, that makes you feel even more confident in who you are and makes you feel good as far as your self-esteem goes. So I would just say, don't worry about other people's opinions, because other people's opinions will steer you away from learning about yourself and really being happy about what you see in the mirror. So I just say, be confident in what you are, who you are, never second guess. That goes back to my first statement, never second guess who you are. Like, you are, I'm trying to get the right words, but you are what you speak. Like, you speak stuff in your own existence. So you are what you speak. Live that shit. So black girls are beautiful.
Black girls are beautiful.